Hey everybody, this is TJR. A couple of weeks ago, I did a reaction video where I listened to the album My Generation, the first album by The Who. It was an album I'd never heard before. I appreciate everybody's response to that video. At the end of it, I said that I wanted to get that first album on vinyl, and I wanted to get a copy of it in mono. Unfortunately, availability and pricing is probably going to make that very difficult for me in the foreseeable future. So I settled for the next best thing that I could and got the following delivered to my doorstep the other day. Actually, the following two items, which I will share with you right now. The first, of course, is the album in mono. And of course, this is the anniversary release from a few years back. I had this ordered actually from Europe, actually, has where I had to get it, but it was very reasonably priced, actually, less than $10. Really nice. And this, of course, is the original album, the British version of the album. Here's a look at the insert here. It's very minimal. It has a very short little essay, actually taken out from the Deluxe Edition, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment here. But there you have it. There you go. And so, yeah, glad I could get it on mono. I think I really preferred that version when I compared the mono and stereo versions on Tidal, which is the streaming service that I prefer. And I also, though, wanted to explore all the bonus tracks too. So in addition to getting this mono version on CD, I picked up the Deluxe Edition, which is the stereo remix of the album. You'll notice I'm holding the insert over the CD, and I'll get into that in just a moment. This is a 2-disc edition here, and it comes with this very nice booklet here, very detailed. Lots of liner notes, including the liner notes that were in the mono version, so I'm just going to read this one instead. Lots of photos. Very cool. Now, this came out quite a few years ago. I, of course, had missed this, hadn't noticed it really. That's because this album, until recently, was not part of my musical history. I talk more about that in my video reaction, but now it is part of my musical history, this album, and I really do like this first album. A lot of people have said I have to listen to the next album now, which is entitled The Who Sell Out, and I'm definitely going to be getting to that one soon. I'm definitely going to probably do a reaction video on that. Nice booklet, but the only little complaint I have is the booklet itself is thicker than the space they give you to insert it. And pulling it out was difficult. Trying to reinsert it is also difficult. In fact, so difficult that it potentially causes a little bit of damage. There was like a little, see that right there? That was caused from trying to put it back in. So I'm going to read through all this first. Then I'm going to insert it in, and I'm probably going to just avoid pulling it out, which is a drag. But what can you do? But I'm going to enjoy that booklet first before I put it back in. So here's a look at the 2 discs. This, of course, is the original album. This, of course, is the bonus disc featuring all the bonus tracks. I've heard some of the bonus tracks. Still working my way through those. Wanted to first do my reaction to the album itself. I didn't want to have any bonus or supplementary material influence my reaction review of the first album. And that's why I like the mono version, because it is the actual album the way it was originally released and intended to be heard, in the UK at least. I know the American version is different. And unfortunately, there was no edition that featured both versions, the stereo and the mono. So I bought them separately, but these were both really affordably priced, even buying them brand new. They were both really affordably priced. I know there is a very large deluxe edition, which, for this particular album, while I liked it, a bit more expensive than what I'm willing to put out for it. And a little commentary on deluxe editions, because I do own some. Whether you buy a super deluxe edition or just like this, a 2-CD deluxe edition, depends on how much of an affinity you share with that album. And not everybody shares the same affinity with every album. For me, spending a nice chunk of change on the Sgt. Pepper Deluxe Edition, Super Deluxe Edition, I should say, was well worth every penny. I'm always shopping for the best deal, but it was well worth every penny. I really felt that purchasing this big Deluxe Edition of Electric Ladyland was worth it for me. Even though I didn't think a remastering was necessary, and I mentioned this in my review, the extra bonuses that I got, the book and everything else, and the price that I managed to get it for, from my local seller, made it worth it to me to have that. Once again, this is subjective based on what you feel about that album, and then, of course, what your pocketbook will allow you to do. The important thing, though, is that you enjoy the music and you enjoy your purchase. At any rate, though, just wanted to share these two latest acquisitions here. Very glad to have these in my library and share them with you. So what are your latest acquisitions? Let us know in the comments. Everybody, I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.